It's just like,
2-1000, 3-1000,
and I hold it.
go.
Hi, my name is Alex Spildy. This is Chris Adams. This is Nick Garcia. And we're seniors at O'Day High School. Today we're going to be talking to you guys about marine life conservation. We're going to talk to you guys about how you guys can get involved in marine life conservation, about what marine life conservation is, and some of the things that are getting in the way of our marine life being at its best. Chris is going to talk to you guys about this right now.
Since Roman times, oceans have suffered from humankind. Many products made by humans are harmful to the ocean environment, such as pesticides, herbicides, chemical fertilizers, detergents, oil, sewage, plastics, and other solids. These pollutants often go to the depths of the ocean, where they are eaten by marine animals. On the other hand, fertilizers full of nitrogen increase the rate at which algae grow, and they take all of the oxygen, making it difficult for marine life to exist. Bags and foam dumped into the ocean are often consumed by marine animals, causing them to die. The outcome of all this pollution is an ocean full of garbage that is harmful for both marine animals and humans. The plastic left in our oceans can last for decades, since most of it is not biodegradable. Of all the garbage in our oceans, plastic makes up 60 to 80% of the garbage. And it has a increasing negative effect on marine animals and humans. A lot of marine animals often mistake pieces of plastic for food or get entangled in these pieces of plastic, causing them to die. Holding plastic producers accountable, leading international action, and reducing plastic pollution are three solutions to stop plastic pollution in our oceans. There are 4 simple ways that we can help, which are cutting disposable plastics out of our daily routines, recycling, taking responsibility, and cleaning up our beaches. Now Alex Bildy will talk more about pollution, specifically oil.
In today's world, oceans play a major part in our daily lives. Oceans provide oh God, can I start over?
Yes.
Okay. In today's world, oceans are very important to our way of life. Oceans provide half the oxygen that we breathe on a daily basis. Oceans provide food and livelihood to millions of people across the globe. They also help coastal economies stay at a very high point. Also, we are starting to look to the oceans to find new medicines that could help diseases. One huge thing that affects our ocean and marine life is pollution, specifically through oil, air, and illegal dumping done by countries. Oil has a huge effect on marine life. When it gets on animals' skin, they're no longer to maintain their correct body temperature, and it's oftentimes hard for them to get the necessary food that they need to survive. Also, oil has been known to affect the birth rates of mammals and fish across the world. One of the main things that oil does is it blocks the gills of fish. What this does is it makes it hard for them to breathe. And when there's no fish, it affects our coral reefs. Also, oil will block the sun, which causes the coral reefs to not get the necessary nutrition that it needs to survive. There's a lot of shocking numbers about oil. For one, every year, over 100,000 mammals die from oil, along with over 2 million birds. Just last year, there was a spill of oil in Mexico. Due to that spill, over 658 seabirds died, 297 sea turtles died, along with 36 different sea mammals. Now Nick's going to talk to you about ways we can fix this problem.
I'm going to go over 10 ways you can do to save the ocean. Number 1, be mindful of your carbon footprint while reducing energy consumption. Do things around the house, such as changing light bulbs. Number 2, make smart seafood choices. The next time you dine out, make a healthy and sustainable seafood choice. Number 3, decrease the use of plastic products. It's no secret that plastic products are dangerous to the ocean, so cut them out. Number 4, take care of the beach. The next time you're out, clean up after yourself. Number 5, purchase products that are not harmful towards marine life. Coral jewelry and things like shark byproducts are obviously dangerous. Number 6, make ocean-friendly decisions as a pet owner. Don't release non-native species to a dangerous or potentially foreign ecosystem. This goes both ways. Number 7, Support organizations that already work to protect the ocean, such as the Puget Soundkeepers here in Washington. Number 8, influence change within your community. Spread the word. Number 9, travel the ocean responsibly. Boat and kayak responsibly. Clean up after yourself, and never throw things overboard. And number 10, educate yourself on ocean life and marine life. Do research and build your knowledge.
All right. We want to thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about marine life conservation. Now, I want you guys to do something. I want you to go out there, get involved in your community, spread the word. Have a great day. Oh, okay.
All right, so I think we really need to talk about our use of plastic products. I mean, I think that it plays such a, it's really important and it has a lot of negative effects, but at the same time, it's something that we all can do, something that we all can, take our part in.
I mean, yeah, I think it's something we tend to take for granted. I mean, there's those times when you're walking on a beach and you have a plastic or whatever, and it'd be easy just to dump it. I mean, I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that before I actually started reading about how bad it is.
That's a good point. I think we're all like, at some point, I think we've all, contributed rather to this, phenomenon. I think that's something that, it's possible to stop. It's really easy to actually stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways, I mean, you can get involved. I mean, whenever I go to the Oregon coast, there's actually this thing that they do at Newport I think it's like every other morning. So they have this like float search where like they hide floats, but at the same time, it's like they'll give you plastic bags, and like for every, I think it's if you bring back 10 plastic bags like full of trash, they'll give you like a free float.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool.
It's actually really cool.
Yeah.
And I actually did that with my cousins. We brought back, I think we actually did fill 10 trash bags.
Yeah.
Like going up Newport, went down to Lincoln City, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't full, but it's like.
I think another thing is that I think it's just easy to volunteer. I think that maybe something that, deters people from volunteering is that some people think it's difficult to get involved, but it's really not. I think that, like such as the Puget Soundkeepers, they have a website, and you can just go on there and they have a form that you can fill out to volunteer. It's easy to get involved. Just people, maybe think it's too difficult. It's really not.
Yeah, all you have to do is when you go to the beach, just clean up after yourself, and sometimes maybe even walk around and clean up trash that you see there. It's really simple.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, every time you're out, you can do a part. You don't have to be part of an organization that is known for it. You can, you yourself do a part, even though it's something small. I think it definitely, it contributes.
It's kind of shocking too, because like I go to the Oregon coast a lot with my family because that's just kind of our spot.
Yeah.
And it's like, I swear, every time we go there, every like maybe 30 feet, there's something. There's some kind of trash. It's like from like the can like circles to like stuff. And there's always like a dead bird every like 100 feet, and you're just kind of, and most of the time, you can assume that it's from waste because there's no like gashes or anything.
Yeah, no.
So it's just weird.
Or there would be more, right? It's obviously something that we're doing.
Well, and it's like there was this one video that was, I go on Yahoo a lot, and there's this one video, and it was in Mexico, and literally there were hundreds of stingrays that just washed up on shore.
Yeah.
And at first they were really confused because they were like, what the hell happened? They were like, what happened? And what they actually figured out is one of the issues in Central America actually is that they're not very good at disposing of trash correctly. They often just dump it into the ocean. So what they think it is that since there was an oil spill last year, they think that that's part of it, but they think it's just a lot of the trash dumping in that city.
As you talked, I mean, oil definitely affects.
It's big.
Yeah, marine life definitely way negative.
I mean, some of it's natural oil. It's going to happen, but at the same time, a lot of it's us. I mean, we are drilling for oil in oceans, and we tend to, when it spills, I mean, it's not easy to clean up. But when it does, it takes a huge hit on marine life.
I think people, when they dump trash into the ocean, they don't realize what effect it actually has. A lot of people, for them, it's easy to litter. And I see people a lot of the times, even if it's not in the ocean, just littering. But people don't realize all the trash in the ocean. In some places, there's even buildups of garbage where you can see these huge piles on top of the water.
Well, actually,
really contaminated.
In our contempt class, we were watching this video about the Marshall Islands, and they were just dumping trash right on the beach.
Yeah, definitely.
And I mean, when the tides come in, that's going to go in the ocean.
Yeah, definitely. I think
that's going to end up killing hundreds of animals.
Yeah.
And if we keep polluting our ocean and throwing garbage into our ocean, pretty soon, like in the future, it's going to have a negative effect on us too. first of all, there's gonna be less like fish
Yeah.
for us, and we're not gonna have a good resource of water because it's gonna be all polluted.
Yeah, I think that's because we tend to think we're kind of invincible. Humans, we
Yeah.
tend to think, nothing's going to stop us. We can
Mhm.
do whatever we want. But we don't think about the little things we do. It's like when you play a sport, like
Mhm.
a lot of times it's focusing on the technical stuff. Well, in life, you have to focus on the little things.
Yeah, definitely.
So like recycling is that little thing. The option between I can just drop my can here
Mhm.
or I can walk 10 feet and put it in the recycling can.
Yeah.
And where it's going to go and be recycled and not end up in the ocean and possibly killing
Yeah.
some animal.
Yeah, back to what you were saying, I think that maybe here in Washington we take that for granted sometimes
Yeah.
because I think in Washington we do a good job. I think there's organizations such as the Puget Sound Keepers that, do have a passion for this and they care, they really do care. I think that maybe Washington does a good job of that, but other places don't. So I think it's, that's something to point out. I think it's worth noting that.
Yeah, I think that also something that's interesting is aquariums are oftentimes the ones that spread the most word. Like whenever I go to an aquarium, there's always something there. There's like a board or like a poster. They've got people talking about
Mhm.
like the effects of plastic. And actually a lot of times in aquariums, a lot of the animals are rescues that they found from beaches that had maybe like rings around their necks.
Oh,
like,
really?
yeah, like last time I went to the Oregon Coast Aquarium, they had gotten a new seal. It was a pup because they had found it had like it had something around its neck. Something around its neck. I don't remember what it was.
Like some sort of can.
It was
plastic
something
can,
like that, and like you could see
can,
the
yeah.
scar actually. It was like because it was a gray one,
Yeah.
so it was totally gray, but right around its neck it was kind of like this tan color.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at that, and I mean you feel bad.
Yeah, definitely, because you know that somebody did that and maybe just didn't know.
Yeah, I mean because honestly they weren't like, oh, I'm gonna throw this and I'm intentionally gonna have this end up on a seal.
Definitely
It
not.
just happens.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just people do it. They don't really think about the repercussions that their actions, have and
Yeah.
are, that can happen. So, I think that's maybe the surprising thing about these things is that people don't intend to do it. It happens. It's an accident, and it's just something of they're being careless.
And oftentimes I see people when they're close to garbage cans, they just throw the garbage on the ground or they miss and they don't pick it up. They just leave the trash on the ground. Like,
Yeah.
They don't care.
Mm,
And I think that's also because like people don't know.
yeah.
I mean, we know because we've done research and we talked to you guys about it, but it's like, if you don't know that could kill an animal, I mean, if you're just like, this isn't going to hurt anything,
Exactly.
why walk 10
Yeah.
feet to the nearest recycling? But if you know that it could harm some animal,
Hmm.
you
You would think twice about it.
might think twice about it. And
Yeah.
the thing is, the other thing that I think people tend to do is it's like, oh, it's just me. What is one piece of recycling going to do? But then that one person turns into 10, 20, hundreds, thousands.
Yeah.
It's going to affect us in the long run
Yeah,
as
it
a
is.
human race and as the world.
So I think ultimately, I think we just have to, be mindful of our own decisions. We don't have to be part of something big. Just
Yeah.
by doing small things, we really are part of something big.
Yeah. All right, we want to thank you guys for listening. We hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys go out, you spread the word about marine life conservation, and I hope you
Yeah.
guys enjoyed the video.
Thank you for watching.